Hi, everyone. So today I wanted to share a scripture and a self mastery lesson with you. The scripture that I'll be referencing is Luke chapter 23, beginning in verse number 32, ending in verse 43. And it is the narrative where Jesus is crucified between the two thieves. Now, one on the right, one on the left. One is very remorseful, and the other one mocks Jesus. And the scripture tells us that before anyone speaks, Jesus prays, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing. He prays this prayer, and the soldiers are gambling for his clothes by shooting dice. The crowd is watching. The leaders are scoffing. You know, he's the king of the Jews. Let him save himself. If he's really God's Messiah, if he's the chosen one. And they're like, if you're the king of the Jews, save yourself. So the thief, the wounded thief, which is the reason I'm here today, the wounded thief mocks him. He's like, listen, are you the king of the Jews? Like, if you're the Messiah, you can save all of us, yourself and then us. Like, get us down. Do a little trick. Show us something. And the other thief says, bro, do you not fear God? And most people can relate to the remorseful thief. But let's look at the wounded thief. Okay? Well, before we do that, let's talk forgiveness. Because sometimes, notice how Jesus prayed before anyone said anything. There are going to be times where you're going to have to extend forgiveness before you get an apology. You may not ever get an apology. And the truth of the matter is the forgiveness is for you. Now, you may be wounded, and what happened to you is not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. And so you may have to extend forgiveness before anyone ever offers any type of an apology, before you ever see anyone who is remorseful. Again, it's for you. But I want us to look at the wounded thief. Nothing wrong with the remorseful thief, but I want to look at the one who is wounded, because that's what I hear is he's wounded. He's expecting rejection. He knows he's just as wrong as the other thief was, but he's expecting rejection. He might be the black sheep of his family. He's the one that no one really wants to talk to. No one really wants to deal with them. And so he's expecting Jesus to treat him the exact same way. And so here it is. He's hurt. He's broken. He's wounded. And so I'm going to reject you before you reject me. I'm going to leave you before you leave me. I'm going to hurt you before you hurt me. Have you ever met people like that? Have you ever been like that? I'm going to get you before you get me. And here he is. He's mocking Jesus on the cross. And he's like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to die. I was expecting that when I got here. But what he's not expecting is for Jesus to extend grace, for him to extend forgiveness. And many times we can sabotage a situation before it has ever come into our lives, before we can ever get our hands on it. We're already sabotaging opportunities and relationships and job offers. Oh, I'm not qualified. You didn't apply. You cannot get a job that you did not apply for. You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. And sometimes we will self-sabotage out of woundedness, out of brokenness, because it's failed before, because I failed before. I went too far. I did too much. There is no way this can work for me, right? And so I want you to understand that it doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. There is no such thing as too far that the grace of God cannot reach you. It doesn't matter how high you go. It doesn't matter how low. The grace of God can reach you no matter where you are. And redemption is available to you. Forgiveness, grace, mercy are all available to you. And you need to learn to receive those things so that you can extend them to others. We struggle to give others grace because we haven't given ourselves grace. We struggle to receive love because we don't love ourselves. We're wounded, we're broken, and we haven't done our work to heal. And at some point, you want to do the work. They were telling Jesus, if you're the Messiah, you can get us all down off the cross, off of these crosses. The point of Jesus going to the cross was never to get down. It was never to free himself. He understood that there was an assignment, and he was in alignment with that assignment. And I encourage you to get in alignment with yours. And if you are, now you have to work out these other pieces. Don't let people move you out of your place of blessing. Don't let people move you when you know you're supposed to stay. Sometimes their woundedness will make you want to move. You want to remove yourself from a situation because you don't want to deal with them. Now, I'm not talking about stay in an abusive relationship. I'm not telling you to stay anywhere you are in danger. That is not what I'm telling you. I will tell you to do your work because you will continue to attract people like that until you do. But I want you to see yourself in this wounded thief. How many times have you sabotaged an opportunity? How many times have you rejected grace, love, and opportunity because you thought you were not worthy? How many times have you tried to perform to prove that you were worthy? I want you to understand today that grace is available to you. And the more you give it to you, the more you're able to receive it, the more often you'll give it to others. And when you can hear your own woundedness, the ones that you lead, the ones who follow you, you'll be able to see theirs as well, and you'll know how to lead them in a way that will help them heal, that will help them be better people, parents, partners, employees, co-workers. Help them heal. And helping them heal means you stay where you are, you do your work so that you can lead them in a greater capacity. Blessings to you.